Today we are checking out a big one, Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department. This is going to be the first time we've checked out Taylor on the channel. I don't know why it's taken me this long, but she is pretty much the biggest pop star in the world currently, so it's time. And what better way to do it than to just jump into the deep end with this double album. Before we continue, please like and subscribe. Let's not waste any more time and just jump right in.
I was supposed to be sent away, but they forgot to come and get me. I was a functioning alcoholic till nobody noticed my new aesthetic. All of this to say, I hope you're okay, but you're the reason. And no one here's to blame, but what about your quiet treason? And for a fortnight there we were forever.
I like how the snare is so delicate in the mix.
I touched you, and for a fortnight there we were forever running to you. Sometimes ask about the weather.
Now the snare has increased in volume, a little bit more impact as a development. I like that.
I wanna kill her, and for a fortnight there we were together running to you. Sometimes comment on my sweater. Now you at the mailbox turned into good neighbors. My husband is cheating. I wanna kill him. I love you. It's ruining my life. It's ruining my life. I touched you for only
Post Malone only does kind of background harmonies on this. He doesn't really have any lead parts.
I love you. It's ruining my life. It's ruining my life. I touched you for only
I love the build-up of harmonies. Oh, here's his lead.
but you won't pick up another fortnight lost in America. Moved to Florida by the car you want, but it
This song is really catchy.
till I touch you.
I like how there was a sort of a C-section at the end. There was no repeat of the chorus, but it was a cool C-section. Good opener. I wonder if she will vary her vocal delivery a little bit throughout.
My apartment, straight from the tortured poets department. I think
This
some
is
things I never say, like who
the
uses
title track.
typewriters anyway, but you're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes down on the road. But I've seen this episode and still love the show. Who else decodes you, and who's gonna hold you like me, and who's gonna know you if not me? I laughed in your face and said, you're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith, this ain't the Chelsea Hotel, we're modern idiots. And who's gonna hold you like me?
I like that she's exploring her range quite vastly here.
No fucking body.
We're going quite low and then up to the head voice in the chorus.
You smoked then, ate 7 bars of chocolate. chocolate. We declare Charlie Puth
Jealous.
should be a bigger artist. I scratch your head, you fall asleep like a tattooed golden retriever.
I like the quirkiness of the lyrics. I've heard some criticism of these lyrics, but I like that she's just getting weird with it, you know?
I chose this.
The lower parts in her vocal I love.
Sometimes I wonder if you're gonna screw this up with me. But you told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave. And I had said that to Jack about you, so I felt seen. Everyone we know understands why it's meant to be. 'Cause we're crazy. So tell me, who else is gonna know me?
One thing I'll say is that I would like some more dynamics in the song.
At dinner you take my ring off my middle finger and
I'll elaborate on that a little bit in a second.
people put wedding rings on, and that's the closest I've come.
Like, it's very much the same energy level the whole way through, you know?
Who's gonna hold you?
And as soon as I say that, there's a little breakdown here. So this is the kind of stuff that I do appreciate. Instrumental is a little pared back now, and there's some space, a break for our ears from all the synth work.
And you're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea
I like that choir
Hotel.
effect.
We're two idiots. Who's gonna hold you? 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 Gonna know you, gonna show you. You left your typewriter in my apartment, straight from the torture poets department. Who else decodes you?
And I could do with more varied vocal delivery in her voice. It's very much just sort of that speech level, spoken almost style of singing, and maybe that's just her thing. But I'm wondering if we will get more colors to her voice throughout the rest of the tracks.
Here we go again. The voices in his head called the rain to end our days of
My boy
war.
only breaks his favorite
The
toys.
sickest army dog
Okay.
purchased at the mall. I'm queen of sandcastles he destroys.
This song isn't standing up to me too much. I'm a little worried that all the songs
There was danger in the heat of my
are so similar in terms of the production, the atmosphere, the vibe, the sound design. It's hard to distinguish them.
only breaks his favorite toys.
It's an overall a very pleasant sound, very approachable, warm, inviting. But I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I'm captivated. I wouldn't say I'm thrilled, you know. And I wouldn't say I'm emotionally moved either. There could be some sentiment I'm missing in the lyrics though.
He was my best friend. Down at the Sandlot, I felt more when we played pretend than with all the cans. 'Cause he took me out of my box, stole my tortured heart, left all these broken parts, told me I'm better off. But
Not bad, you know, not bad. I'm curious to see like where the album is gonna go, like what sort of trajectory it's gonna take.
did you really beat me
This is
up
down bad.
in cloud of sparkling dust, just to do experiments on. Tell me I was the chosen one. Show me that this world is bigger than us. Then
I like the
send me
buzz
back
of
where I
the bass
came
in this one,
from.
behind her vocals.
For
Nice
a moment,
effect.
I knew cosmic love. Forget if I can't have him. Did you take all
Personally, I
my
find it a little bit
gold?
cringy when artists overuse swear words in their songs, especially pop songs.
In a field in my same old town that somehow seems so hollow now. They'll say I'm nuts if I talk about.
So the fact that the swearing is heavily featured in the chorus doesn't bode well for this one. Not that I'm against swearing, just the implementation of it, it's not hitting for me personally.
Everything comes out teenage petulance. Fuck it if I can't have him. I might just die. It would make no difference. Down bad, waking up in blood. Staring at the sky, come back and pick me up. Fuck it if I can't have.
What I do appreciate about this one is at least the hook is a little bit more rhythmical. It makes you go a little bit, you know? I kind of like that. Yeah, it might be one of the more memorable tracks so far because of the rhythm. Love that electronic arpeggio, that was lovely.
Think it's romantic, leaving me safe and stranded. 'Cause fuck it, I was in love. So fuck you if I can't have us.
This is a cute little atmospheric break, you know?
Now I'm down bad, crying at the gym. Everything comes out teenage petulance. Fuck it if I can't have him.
It is catchy though, it is very catchy.
Make no difference. Down bad, waking up in
Maybe my favorite song so far.
staring at the sky, come back and pick me up. Fuck it if I can't have us. I might just not get up, I might stay down bad like I lost my twin. Fuck it if I can't have him.
I am missing
Down bad, leaving at the
more varied vocal delivery. Like, I think this hook would hit if she really belted it out and yelled it, you know?
my twin. Fuck it if I can't have him. Down bad, leaving at the ship. Fuck it if I can't have him.
Like, there's a disconnect between the lyrics and the music to me. It seems like there should be more angst evoked in the music, but the music is really breezy and pleasant and welcoming. It's, I guess you could say it's juxtaposition, but that's not the impression I get. So Long London. I like that intro. That was very ethereal and haunting. And this rhythm, this BPM has my
I saw
attention.
in my mind fairy lights through the mist. I kept calm and carried the weight of the rift. Pulled him in tighter each time he was drifting away. My spine split from carrying us up the hill. Wet through my clothes, weary bones caught the chill. I stopped trying to make him laugh, stopped trying to drill the safe. Thinking, how much sad did you think I had? Did you think I had in me? Oh, the tragedy, so long, London. You'll find someone.
I like the simplicity of that
Didn't opt in
chorus.
to be your odd man out. I found at the club she's heard great things about. I left all I knew, you left me at the house by the heath. I stopped CPR after all, it's no use. The spirit was gone, we would never come to. And I'm pissed off you let me give you all that youth for free. For so long, London stitches undone.
That's a very pretty chorus.
Waves, one gun, I'll find someone.
And I really appreciate all of the details in the arrangement, like the added harmony in that chorus.
My white knuckle dying grip, holding tight to your quiet resentment. And my friend said it isn't right to be scared. Every day a love affair, every breath feels like rarest air. When you're not sure if you want.
And I quite like this bridge too.
So how much
The focus on her lower register.
think I had, did you?
It's kind of commanding, you know.
Think I had in me how much tragedy, just how low did you think I'd go for? I'd self-implode for I'd have to go be free. You swore that you loved me, but where were the clues? I died on the altar.
This for me is
waiting for
actually the
proof.
best one so
You
far.
sacrifice us to the gods of your bluest days.
There's something very unique about just the constant pulsing groove
and
this delicate melodic song over it. I quite like that one actually. I would like for the final chorus to have developed even more. I did see that there were some extra harmonies which were really gorgeous. But overall, that track was very strong. I definitely think it's the best song so far. Very unique. But Daddy, I love him.
If this was ever fun, I just learned these people only raise you to cage you. Sarah's and Hannah's in the Sunday best, clutching their pearls, sighing what a mess. I just learned these people try and save you, 'cause they hate you. Too high a horse for a simple girl to rise above it. They slammed the door on my whole world, the one thing I wanted.
So a concern I have is how...
Running with my dress unbuttoned,
One moment.
screaming, but Daddy, I love him. I'm having his baby. No, I'm not, but you should see your faces. I'm turning to Flora through the fences. No, I'm not coming to my senses. I know he's crazy, but he's the one I want. Dutiful.
So I appreciate that this chorus had a different energy than some of the other songs. A little bit more energy, you know. I do enjoy that. But I was going to say, one of my concerns is she reuses a lot of the same chord progressions, which means that a lot of the songs evoke the exact same emotional quality, which is not particularly good if they're telling different stories. It's the same emotional quality being evoked. Again, making it hard to differentiate the songs from each other. Bit of alliteration there. I'm all for it. I'll be honest, this one is not going to be one of my favorites. This is definitely more of a throwaway track. Kind of just like a very generic, you know, final song in a teen romance show, you know. You could apply this song to so many different situations, and I prefer a sound that is a little bit more specific.
All the wine moms are still holding out, but fuck 'em, it's over. Now I'm dancing in my dress in the sun, and even my daddy just loves him. I'm his lady, and oh my God, you should see your face this time. Doesn't it give some perspective? I know you can't come to the wedding. I know he's crazy, but he's the one I want. I'll tell you something right now. You ain't gotta pray for me. In my wild boy and on his wild joy. She was revelry. If all you want is great for me.
I do appreciate the care she puts in her lyrics though. Like, I'm noticing the focus really is on the lyrics in a lot of these songs. And the actual quality of the songwriting and music sometimes is secondary, and I think the song is a good example of that. Not the best track, to be honest, but I did really enjoy the one before it. Next is Fresh Out the Slammer. I like that title.
Now, pretty baby, I'm running back home to you. Fresh out the slammer, I know who my first call will be too. Fresh out the slammer, another summer taking cover, rolling thunder. He don't understand me. Splintered back in winter, silent dinners, bitter. He was with her in dreams. Gray and blue and fights and tunnels.
I like the textures of this song. I like that the drums have a different sound.
For just 1 hour of sunshine.
I like what the guitars are doing.
Years of labor, locks and ceilings in the shade of how he was feeling. But it's gonna be
The vocal melody and chord progression, they sound interchangeable with the last song.
Baby, I'm running back. All those nights he kept me going, swirled you into all of my poems. Now we're at the starting line.
This song is a little boring. I'm sorry.
Now, pretty baby, I'm running to the house. We still wait up in that porch
Okay. I like this little switch up.
To the one who says I'm the girl of his American dreams. And no matter what I've done, it wouldn't matter anyway. Ain't no way I'm gonna screw up now that I know what's at stake here. At the park where we used to sit on children's swings, wearing imaginary rings. But it's gonna be alright, I did my time.
Like, this song sounds like something that she just wrote in her sleep. I know that she is a stronger writer than this, since I'm familiar with some of her other songs. For example, Style would be my favorite song that I know by her. And I just feel like this song wasn't her best either.
You can beat the heat.
This is Florida.
Beat the charges too. They said I was a cheat. Guess it must be true.
Featuring Florence and the Machine.
All my girls got their lace and their crimes, and your cheating husband disappeared. Well, no one asks any questions here.
I quite enjoyed Florence's verse there.
Too late to rest. All of the bodies that have ever been on my body and in my mind. they sink into the swamp.
This might be just a subjective thing, but
To sing a song.
Florence's verses are highlighting the fact that I'm looking for more from Taylor's vocal performance. I feel like Florence is putting so much care into every word here.
Wait out the shitstorm back in Texas, Florida. It's one hell of a drive, Florida. Can I use you? Oh, I need to forget, so take me to Florida. I've got some regrets, I'll bury them in Florida. Tell me I'm despicable, say it's unforgivable.
That little vocalization from Florence was so pretty, you know.
I need to forget, so take me to Florida. I got some regrets, I'll bury them in Florida. Tell me I'm despicable, say it's unforgivable. What a crash, what a rush, fuck me out, Florida. It's one hell of a drive. It's one hell of a drive. Love loves me like this, and I don't want to exist, so take me to Florida. Did you know your home's really only a town you're just a guest in? So you work your life away just to pay for a timeshare down in Destin. Little did you
Like,
know
it doesn't matter what lyric Taylor is singing, she always kind of sings it the same way, you
So
know?
you pack your life away just to wait out the shitstorm back in Texas, Florida. It's one hell of a drive.
I actually think there was some clipping there, a mastering problem.
Can I use you? Florida.
I like how the chorus is this kind of explosion with the... Like, that's a neat little idea. Some of these lyrics are a little dodgy, but again, I appreciate risking that cringe now and then, you know. At least the lyrics are not boring. I think the lyrics are very interesting. There's good imagination there. I'm not finding that same imagination in the music though.
This cage was once just fine.
Guilty as sin.
Am I allowed to cry? I dream of cracking locks, throwing my life to the wolves or the ocean rocks, crashing into him tonight. He's a paradox. I'm seeing visions. Am I bad or mad or wise? What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? One slipping, falling back into the hedge maze. Oh, what a way to die.
The melody in the chorus is pretty here. That's pretty. And I like how we resolved to a minor chord there. That was a nice bit of mood. So this one has a strong chorus.
Only your actions talk, these fatal fantasies, giving way to labored breath, taking all of me. We've already done it in my head. If it's make believe, why does it feel like a vow we'll both uphold somehow? What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? One slipping, falling back into the hedge maze. Oh, what a way to die.
This song is pretty solid. You know, it's nothing crazy, but it's a tentative standout, I would say. I like the little boppy vocal melody.
Without ever touching his skin, how can I be guilty as sin?
And we resolved to the major there, interesting.
Downtown
I appreciated the general haunting vibe of this one. It was solid, more solid than a lot of the other tracks. This song is Who's Afraid of Little Old Me?
Of who's that is poised for the attack, but my bare hands paved their paths. You don't get to tell me about sad. If you wanted me dead, you should have just said. Nothing makes me feel more alive. So I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street. Crash the party like a record scratch as I scream. Who's afraid of little old me? You should be.
You go, girl. I'm intrigued by this song. I like that it's a longer one, so I feel like we must be building to something.
Tell me you feel bad.
It's got a cinematic thing going for it, which I like.
Then we could all just laugh until I cry. So I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street. Crash the party like a record scratch as I scream. Who's afraid of little old me? I was tame, I was gentle till the
It's still got that indistinguishable generic thing going for it though, you know? But I like those moments where she pops out all of a sudden. It's like, whoa, now I'm paying attention. But now here we're back into the just malaise of double-tracked vocals, harmonies, a generic chord progression. You definitely couldn't accuse her of this album lacking cohesion, but that is to its detriment. The songs sound way too similar for my taste. And I know I'm talking a lot over the music, but it's because I don't feel like I'm missing much. We do have a gradual growth into a climax here. But even though we have a climax, the climax is anticlimactic. You know, the road we've traveled is not that far in terms of dynamics. We've gone from delicate to sorta delicate, mid-delicate. You know, there's no impact. So that song was a little bloated for no reason, unfortunately. Next is I Can Fix Him. No, really, I can.
The smoke cloud billows out his mouth like a freight train through a small town.
And I do apologize that I'm being so negative about this. I just always try to keep it real in my reactions and tell you honestly how I feel. I want to like a lot of these songs, but I'm searching for parts to enjoy.
Shook their heads saying God help her when I told them he's my man. But your good Lord didn't need to lift a finger. I can fix him. No, really I can. Whoa, maybe I can.
Okay, so it started dawning on me that I'll just pause it there just a brief second. Okay, so we got about 5 songs left, for the first half at least, until we head on over to Patreon, but it's dawning on me that I guess the appeal of this music largely is lyrical, and that could be part of the reason I'm not connecting with it as much. I'm not really knowledgeable on the real life stories, if they are real, that these songs are based on. Maybe I'm missing a lot of context. And I actually have no real criticism for the lyrics. As I said, the lyrics are actually very strong throughout, even if I'm not reading every single line. Even when I do read the lyrics, I'm like, that's a really poetic line, that's really well worded. You know, you got alliteration in there, some weird stuff, weird metaphors. I appreciate that a lot. But for me personally, I need good music to justify lyrics. And a lot of these lyrics, the meaning of the lyrics, the sentiments in the lyrics are not reflected in the music at all. It's like whatever story she's trying to tell is pasted onto the same canvas musically. And in that song, for instance, she was really stingy again with the dynamics. Like, why don't you give us a little bit more in that final chorus, a little passion in the vocals, something? Every line is being delivered in almost an identical fashion, which makes all the music blur together. I'm searching desperately for what she wants to say musically, not just lyrically. But what I've gotten so far throughout this album is slight variations of the same mood, the same song. I did have some standouts, but unfortunately they're few and far between. Again, I hate to be so negative, and I'm still excited to hear the rest. Like I said, we're diving into the deep end. It's an experience, we're getting sucked in. I do mean to be fair, I'm not trying to be a hater, I just always keep it honest. And I hope you guys appreciate that. I don't mean to upset anyone. Let's keep going and see how this song is. LOML.
About a million times.
What I liked about this song when it began, it was the lone piano and her voice. So texturally, this song stands out in that way. But again, we have that recycled chord progression, the same general cadence to the vocals. So I can't really identify what makes this song unique or worth listening to in relation to the rest of the tracks. And I want to talk more about her vocals, but she's not giving me a whole lot to say, you know. Getting weird with the lyrics again. I like that actually. I like that aspect of her lyrics. She just comes out with these most random lines.
Unnecessary, should've let it stay buried. Oh, what a valiant roar, what a bland goodbye. The coward claimed he was a lion. I'm combing through the braids of lies. I'll never leave, never mind. Our field of dreams engulfed in fire. Your arsons match your somber eyes, and I'll still see it until I die.
Again, I appreciate the addition of some harmonies at the end to give a sense of development. So she's aware that there needs to be dynamics and development, because there's small hints of it. And Maybe I just don't appreciate subtlety, right? I prefer the dynamics to be a little bit more apparent. Could be just a personal thing, really.
She's having the time of her life. There in her glittering prime, the lights refract. Sequin stars are for silhouette every night. I can show you lies.
Says I can do it with a broken heart.
I'm a real tough kid. I can handle my shit. They said, babe, you gotta fake it till you make it, and I did it. Lights, camera, bitch, smile. Even
Do we have a
when you
beat?
wanna die.
Maybe.
He said he loved me all his life, but that life was too short. Breaking down, I hit the floor. All the pieces of me shattered as the crowd was chanting more. I was grinning like I'm winning. I was hitting my marks, 'cause I can do it with a broken heart. I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday.
Wow.
Every day.
We might be in business with this
I'm
one.
so obsessed with him, but he avoids me like the plague. I cry a lot, but I am so productive. It's an art. You know you're good when you can't even do it with a broken heart. I can hold
Cute.
my breath. I'm so obsessed
See,
with
this
him,
song
but he
has a nice
avoids
element
me
of fun
like
that I was hoping for. And that chorus, it's like,
I cry a lot, but I am so productive.
it's got this really cool girly attitude.
You know you're good when you can't even do it with a broken heart. You know you're good when you can't even do it with a broken heart. You know you're good.
Strangely, this song still has a hint of that general bittersweetness through the other songs. I'm not sure why.
And nobody even knows.
Try and cover my dog.
One of the better ones. One of the better ones for sure.
Was any
Smallest man who ever
of it
lived.
true? Gazing at me starry-eyed.
Must be almost done, I think. Okay. Third last track for the first time.
Who the fuck was that guy? You tried to buy some pills from a friend of friends of mine. They just ghosted you. Now you know what it feels like. And I don't even want you back, I just want to know if rusting my
moment there.
sparkling summer was the goal. And I don't miss what
I
we
think she needs to
had,
do a
could
whole song in that lower
someone
register. It's so gorgeous.
give a message to the smallest man who ever lived. You hung me on your wall, stabbed me with your push pins, in public showed me off, then sank in stoned oblivion. 'Cause once your queen had come, you treat her like an also-ran.
Also ran. Interesting.
Didn't measure up
I like it when songwriters make up terms like that.
in
Creates a bit of
any
mystery.
measure of a man. And I don't even want you back, I just want to know.
I like this
Rusting
one.
my sparkling summer was the goal.
I like this one.
And I don't miss what we had, but could someone give?
I think big part of it is her giving me something else vocally, like that.
Who wanted me dead? Did you sleep with a gun underneath our bed? You crashed my party and your rental car. You said normal girls were boring.
I like her vocals a lot on this track, but the instrumental build-up is a bit underwhelming. Again, generic trailer music kind of thing. I can't fault her vocals on this one though, I have to say. Her vocals definitely saved this one. Maybe my favorite song vocally on this album. See, she has it in her to do interesting vocals. So I don't know why she defaults to this chit-chat style, is how I describe it. Already this vocal is missing the emotion that I felt from the last song.
The hospital was a drag, worst sleep that I ever had. I circled you on a map, I haven't come around in so long.
Like in the last song, I felt like she really meant what she was singing and she wanted me to hear it. And this vocal is giving just kind of chit-chatting into a TikTok mic.
Touchdown, call the amateurs and cut 'em from the team. Ditch the clowns, get the crown, baby, I'm the one to be. 'Cause the sign on your heart said it's still reserved for me.
And this song so far is totally unremarkable in almost every way.
Hey you, what if I told you we're cool?
I'm calling it right now, this might be the weakest song on the album.
Shirts off and your friends lift you up over their heads.
This one is about her boyfriend or fiance who plays football, right? Listen, I'm totally out of the loop here. I just get hints of the of the T. Touchdown, okay, obviously. Yeah. Obviously the song must mean a lot to her then, in some way, which is weird to me since the music is so weak compared to the other tracks. You would think this one would have a more distinct vibe, apparently not. Was this a single or something? As usual, I liked her approach to the lyrics, very cool, but musically that was terribly boring. Okay, so this is the final song for the first half of this album.
You look like Clara Bow in this life.
Let me know who Clara Bow is.
Remarkable all your life. Did you know you'd be picked like a rose? I'm not trying to exaggerate, but I think I might die if it happened. Die if it happened to me. No one in my small town thought I'd see the lights of Manhattan. This town is fake, but you're the real thing. Breath of fresh air through smoke rings. Take the glory.
There's something kind of cute about the dun 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 dun. It's cute, it's kind of playful, you know? Kind of like a talk, I guess, ticking. Interesting movement to that vocal melody. That sort of stuff catches my ear.
Like Stevie Nicks in 75. The hair and lips crowd goes wild trying to exaggerate, but I think I might die if I made it. Die if I made it. No one in my small town thought I'd meet these suits in LA. They all wanna say this town is fake, but you're the real thing. Breath of fresh air.
That's cute. That's a cute melody.
Rings, take the glory, give everything. It's hell on earth to be heavenly.
I like that line.
Breaks, they don't come gently. You look like Taylor Swift in this light. We're loving it. You've got edge. She never did. The future's bright, dazzling.
Okay, I gather that that song might have been about fame. It's hell on earth to be heavenly, you know, being high up in the stratosphere in terms of fame isn't all it's cracked up to be. That's her story, personal story. I appreciate that she expresses that in her music. So that final song, I actually quite enjoyed it. I wasn't absolutely loving it, but it had a really catchy chorus that caught my ear. Overall, there's moments in this album that perked my ears up, made me pay attention, made me go, wow, you know, there's real potential here. But a lot of my optimism did dissipate throughout, as you probably noticed. And unfortunately, my reaction to this album, on first listen at least, is fairly negative in terms of the music, the songwriting, the composition. The biggest compliment I can give it is the lyrics. The lyrical writing is super cool, creative. There's a lot of mental energy and care put into the lyrics. And I know that some lines here and there are a little dodgy, they don't quite hit the mark, but I appreciate that kind of risk taking. There was a line in the last chorus there saying something along the lines of Taylor Swift doesn't have edge, which is a criticism that I would not be surprised she's heard often. It is a criticism that I sort of level at her too, because the music is so safe, generic, riskless. I really do question what is she trying to say musically with this album when she doesn't even really care to differentiate each track from the next one sonically. But the edge that she does have is in her lyrics, and that is something that really cannot be denied, in my opinion. So we are going to move on to the second half of the album, from The Black Dog to The Manuscript. I'm refreshed and ready to go. Let's see what we have here. This is The Black Dog.
I am someone who, until recent events, you shared your secrets with, and your location you forgot to turn it off. And so I watched as you walk into some bar called The Black Dog and pierced new holes in my heart. You forgot to turn it off. And it hits me.
A song about cheating.
Just don't understand how you don't miss me in The Black Dog when someone plays the starting line and you jump up, but she's too young to know this song that was intertwined in the magic fabric of our treatment. Old habits die sweet.
I really liked whatever that was just there.
I move through the world with a heart broken. My longings stay unspoken, and I may never open up the way I did for you. And all of those best laid plans, you said I needed a brave man, then proceeded to play him until I believed it too. And it kills me. I just don't understand how you don't miss me shower and remember how my rain-soaked body was shaking. Do you hate
The storytelling in the lyrics,
for a cruel
still
friendship
super
that
strong.
I pledged, and I still mean it. Old habits die, scream. 6 weeks of breathing clean.
I like that touch of energy in the chorus. The rest of the song, you know, musically, kind of more of the same, I guess.
She's too young to know this song that was intertwined in the tragic fabric of our dream.
I like the lyric, she's too young to know this song, that was intertwined in the tragic fabric of our dreaming. Really nice.
I still can't believe it, 'cause old habits die, scream.
So the general theme moving forward, I think, is going to be really strong lyrics, but I'm not sure how much the music is going to give me things to talk about or a good discussion.
Fly like a short skirt, the one that fits me like skin. Did your research, you knew the price going in. And I'll tell you one thing,
I like that we have some kind of beat driving this forward.
Still wants me, come clean, standing at the bar like something's funny, bubbly. Once you fix your face, I'm going in. Whether I'm gonna be your wife or gonna smash up your bike, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. Whether I'm gonna curse you out or take you back to my house, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back.
I like the fun rhythm of that chorus. Da 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 da. Pretty cool.
Small talk, big love, act like I don't care what you did. I'm an Aston Martin that shoots you straight into the ditch.
Ooh, I love those acoustic guitars.
And I'll tell you
That was an interesting little drop, you know?
I can take the upper hand and touch your body, flip the script and leave you like a dumb house party.
Says, I'm gonna get you back, by the way.
Love you till the end.
I'm sure you know that already. But I love the texture of this particular verse.
I'm gonna be your wife or gonna smash up your bike, I haven't decided yet.
I don't hate this one.
I'm gonna get you back, whether I'm gonna flip you off or pull you into the closet. I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. I hear the whispers in your eyes, I'll make you wanna think twice. You'll find
This post-chorus is a little unnecessary to me. It doesn't feel like it's in the spirit of the rest of the track.
I can feel it coming, humming in the way you move. Take you back to my house, I haven't decided.
I think this song is quite pretty, and I'm surprised it wasn't included on the main album over songs like The Alchemy, you know. This song is clearly stronger to me than some of those ones.
I'm gonna get you back.
And also, there's less focus on crazy lyrics in this one too, which is interesting. This is the Albatross.
Wise men once said, wild winds are death to the candle rose by any other name is a scandal. Cautions issued, he stood shooting the messengers. They tried to warn him about her. Cross your thoughtless heart, only liquor anoints you.
I'm optimistic about this.
Albatross, she is here to destroy you. Wise men once said, one bad seed kills the garden.
I like how this vocal melody is moving.
One
And I like that there's some more minor chords, a little bit of a darker atmosphere in some of these verses. Beautiful string arrangement, love that. The mastering on this is pretty bad though. Getting some clipping.
Wise men once read fake news and they believed it. Jackals raised their hackles. You couldn't conceive that you were sleeping.
I also do quite like this song though. I am surprised this was left off the main album too, so I wonder if the second half is going to appeal to me a lot more. So far it has.
Wings like a parachute. I'm the Albatross. I swept in at the rescue. The devil that you know.
The chorus isn't amazing, but at least the instrumental is giving me quite a bit to enjoy. Decent. Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. The amount of lyrics here is a bit concerning, but let's see.
Sophia or Marcus and I just watched it happen as the decade would
let me just pause there to explain. When I see a lot of lyrics on screen, I get the impression that the music is not going to be the focus. So, of course, while I can enjoy some of this wordplay, I want a good song too. Well, let's see if my theory proves correct here, that the abundance of lyrics will not be in the song's favor. Let's see.
For fools, and you saw my bones out with somebody new who seemed like he would have bullied you in school, and you just watched it happen. If you wanna break my cold, cold heart, just say I loved you the way that you were. If you wanna tear my world apart,
I love those pretty guitar details on the side.
Just say I loved you the way that you were.
This is fairly monotonous so far.
If you wanna tear my world,
Though I like the guitar details,
just say you've always
vocally, melodically,
wondered
not much to say about this.
if the glint in my eye traced the depths of your side down that passage in time, back to the moment I crashed into you, like so many wrecks do, too impaired by my youth to know what to do. So if I sell my apartment and you have some kids with an internet starlet, will that make your memory fade from this scarlet maroon? Like it never happened, could it be enough?
Yeah, in songs like this, the music is just there as a backdrop, as background for her to orate, I guess, do some slam poetry. It's not really a song as such. I mean, it is, but where's the catchiness? You know, non-existent. There's no hook. It's just words after words after words, same vocal delivery. This particular song doesn't seem to be telling an interesting story either, so I don't know why we had so many lyrics in the song. Not great. This is How Did It End? Manuscript, okay. Just keeping track of where we are here. I love a piano now and then, certainly.
This postmortem.
A very nondescript song.
We were blind to unforeseen circumstances.
There's some story being told here that I can't gather.
We learned the right steps to different
But musically,
dances.
she's really trying to put me to sleep with this one.
And fell victim to interlopers' glances. Lost the game of chance.
I do feel like the
with
piano
all
melody has
chances.
potential.
Soon they'll go home to their husbands, smug 'cause
But I
they
guess
know
it's
they
asking
can
too much
trust him.
for that
Then
potential to be
feverishly
realized.
calling their cousins. Guess who we ran into at the shops, walking in circles like she was lost. Didn't you
The mastering is
hear? They
terrible.
called it all off, one gasp, and then how did it end?
And I don't hate the mix, the balance of the instruments and stuff, but the mastering job on this album is shocking. Could be a Spotify thing, but I doubt it.
Say it once again with feeling, how the death rattle breathing silenced as the soul was leaving, the deflation of our dreaming, leaving me bereft and reeling, my beloved ghost and me, sitting in a tree, D-Y-I-N-G. It's happening again. How did it end?
I guess I do understand that these songs were leftovers, if I understand correctly, so they're not typically going to be as good as the ones on the first half of the album.
It's happening again. The empathetic hunger descends. Will tell no one except all of our friends, but I still don't know.
This vocal melody is such a drag, you know. There's nothing that really grabs your ear or makes you want to listen to it or sing along. This is so high school.
I feel so high school every time I look at you. I wanna find you in a crowd just to hide from you. And in the blink of a crinkling eye, I'm thinking our fingers entwined, cheeks pink and
The song seems to have a little bit of life to it.
Tell me about the first time you saw me. Are you gonna marry, kiss, or kill me? It's just a game.
I do get the concept behind the lyrics, but it's coming across as a little bit contrived. You know, this overly relatable high school concept of watching American Pie, marry, kiss, or kill. It doesn't really feel authentic to me for some reason. Like, I want to know what she thinks. I want to know what she's experienced. She's throwing in all these references in an attempt to seem relatable. Of course we can all relate to laughing in the middle of practice and all this stuff, but what did she experience? I want to hear something that I wouldn't have thought of. Something that you could never write, you know. I appreciate that this song instrumentally is giving me something a little different, a little bit more rocky. We actually have a beat going. It's vaguely enjoyable, but not my thing. Definitely has that bonus track feeling to it. Something fun for the fans to just have. But I doubt this is even a standout amongst fans, but what do I know? She went for it. This is I Hate It Here.
Quick, tell me something awful.
Come on, girl, give me something in this one, please.
Trapped inside the body of a finance guy. I'm there most of the year 'cause I hate it here.
An interesting vocal run there, I guess. I really want to like this album, but you know.
My friends used to play a game where we would pick a decade.
Every song sounds so similar. Instrumentally, vocally, atmospherically, emotionally. I feel like I'm trapped in a generic limbo land that I'm unfortunately suffering through, I will admit. I wouldn't say I'm enjoying myself right now. I'm doing my best to be fair and pay attention and pick out things that make me go, oh, well, that's pretty good. But there's just so little for me to grasp here. I am doing my best though, and I appreciate you guys supporting me to hear my thoughts. Let me know what I'm missing. That's what I want to know. I want to know what I'm missing here. It's just such a blur of stuff, you know. Where's the identity to each song? Where's the passion? Where are the real heart-wrenching, touching moments? The realness, the vulnerability.
I'm bitter, but I swear I'm fine. I save all my romanticism for my inner life, and I'll
Because the more I think about the lyrics, they're vague enough to be applied to anyone. They are well written, they're imaginative, but they are based in imagination and mostly not real life experiences, is the effect I'm getting, and I could be wrong about that, but I'm not getting the human Taylor. I'm not getting Taylor the human, I'm getting Taylor the people-pleasing storyteller, you know. Very non-threatening space we're in right now, and it makes sense. She's the biggest pop star in the world. The music is widely palatable, which of course means that it can't be too niche in any way. So again, very riskless, safe. This song, just an example of something that I really had to talk through to keep myself and you entertained here. A very harsh criticism, I know, but I find myself biting my tongue in an attempt to not be too negative. But I want to give you guys more than just me standing here frozen in fear of saying something wrong.
When I picture my hometown, there's a bronze spray tan statue of you.
This is Thank You,
and a plaque
aIMee.
Underneath it. But I can't forget the way you made me heal.
Is this not the exact same song that we just heard? You know what I mean? Like, the sort of steady bass, the slight bounce, the acoustic instrumentation.
Each time that aIMee stomped across my grave, and then she wrote headlines in the local paper, laughing at each baby step I take, and it was always the same searing pain. But I prayed that one day I could say, all that time you were throwing punches, I was building something, and I couldn't wait to show you it was real. Scream fuck you, aIMee, to the night sky as the blood was gushing.
And the point again is the story behind the lyrics, okay? This is obviously about maybe a girl that used to bully her. But if that's the case, where is the angst and the anger and the resentment from all those times that aIMee bullied her? Why are we so happy and just loving life right now? I guess it's a celebration of coming out on the other side. But every other song sounds like this, so how is that a defense of the musical choices here? Man, I am going off on this album. I do apologize. I do apologize.
And maybe you've reframed it.
Thank you guys for watching this and for supporting me. We're all music lovers here. We all have different opinions. I'm just telling you guys mine. That's all it is.
And so I changed your name and any real defining clues. And one day, your kid comes home singing a song that only us two.
But I am shocked at how boring this album is. But I shouldn't really be that surprised because this was this second half of the album, the Anthology, is really the songs that were left on the cutting room floor and repackaged as part of a new deal for the album. You know, the chart conspiracy. I don't know if I subscribe to that, but I do feel like some of these songs, especially this one and the last song, should never have seen the light of day. They are so dreadfully, offensively boring, I'd say.
Thank you, aIMee. Thank you, aIMee.
Whew. I look in people's windows.
What if your eyes looked up and met mine one more time?
You know what? This one is better. It's significantly better. I would happily listen to this, actually.
Stopped and tilted your head. I still ponder what it meant. Now.
No, again, nothing mind-blowing, but I think the texture of this song is offering something a little more different and, you know, thoughtful, I guess. Lots of really pretty moments here. Like I'm some deranged weirdo. I attend Christmas parties from outside. I look in people's windows. I don't like the chorus, but the rest of the song, vocally, actually is really good. So we do have some moments to look forward to still, I'm glad to say. That was enjoyable. I actually liked that one. This is the prophecy.
Cards on the table, mind play out like fools in a fable. Oh, it was sinking in.
And I don't hate this one either.
Slow is
There's a sort of eeriness to this song that I appreciate. The sparse instrumentation, the low double track vocals, and while the melody in the chorus doesn't appeal to me personally, I do appreciate that it's a distinct melody. It's an earworm, you know. Something to hold on to, something to notice. I appreciate that.
And I sound like an infant, feeling like the very last drops of an ink pen. A greater woman stays cool, but I howl like a wolf at the moon. And I look unstable, gathered with a coven round a sorceress table. A greater woman has faith, but even statues crumble if they're made to wait. I'm so
love the lyrics.
afraid I
Very cool
sealed my
imagery,
fate, no
wordplay.
sign of soulmates.
The
I'm
meat is
just
there,
a paperweight.
but I wish she would deliver the lyrics with more conviction. There's so many lines there that need more conviction, you know.
It'll be okay.
Ooh, this part is really nice. The little string detail and the piano melody. I really like this part actually.
Please, I've been on my knees. Change the prophecy. Don't want money, just someone who wants my company. Let it once be me. Who do I have to speak to about if they can redo the prophecy? Who do I have to speak to?
I'm glad that this album is taking a turn into some slightly better quality material.
Thought I caught lightning in a bottle, oh, but it's gone.
You know, at this point, I don't think I'm going to be the biggest advocate for this album going forward, obviously,
I guess I was a woman.
but I don't think it's going to end quite as badly as I thought. But we had some really rough tracks there to sit through, and the last couple of songs have definitely been better, I'm glad to say. Next is
I was in
Cassandra.
my new house placing daydreams. I was in my tower weaving nightmares, twisting all my smiles in.
I'm undecided about this one so far. I need to let it breathe for a
What doesn't
bit.
kill you makes you aware. What happens if it becomes who you are?
There's a kind of an Enya vibe in the verses that I'm not
So
mad
they
about.
killed Cassandra first, 'cause she feared the worst and tried to tell the town.
And the chorus is actually pretty catchy.
So they set my life in flames. I regret to say.
I don't know why she's so reluctant to just put a solid drum beat behind some of these tracks. This song could be very powerful with a larger rock arrangement.
The family, the pure greed, the Christian chorus line. They all said nothing. Blood's thick, but nothing like a payroll. But they never spared a prayer for my soul. You can mark my words that I said it first. In a morning warning, no one heard. I patched up the crack along the wall. I pass it and lose track of what I'm saying. 'Cause that's where I was when I lost it all. So they killed Cassandra first, 'cause she feared the worst and tried to tell the town.
A small semblance of a rhythm coming in now. Why so timid? We have some kind of powerful melodies here that could be so much larger.
I was on to something. They all said nothing. Blood's thick,
I think this song had potential,
but they never
but it has devolved into the typical anticlimactic, generic mush, unfortunately. Four songs after this. Curious to see how they go. But you can see how I'm just kind of talking over so much music and really not missing much. Okay, this is Peter. Let's go, Peter. Let's go. I'd also like to make it clear, I don't have anything against ballads.
Forgive me, Peter, my lost fearless leader, in closets
but I
like
think you can
cedar,
still
preserved from when we were just kids.
create a lot of variety in the atmospheres and sounds between different ballads, which this album is not doing at all.
The goddess of timing once found us beguiling. She said she was trying. Peter, was she lying? My ribs get the feeling she did, and I didn't wanna calm down. I thought it was just goodbye for now. You said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna
I can't
come
with this
find me.
chord
Said you were
progression
gonna
again,
grow
you
up,
know.
and you were gonna come
The same chord
find me.
progression,
Said you were gonna grow
repeated
up,
again and I
then
think
you
and
were
again
gonna
and
come
again
find
throughout
me.
every single
Words
song. It's
from
crazy.
miles of babes, promises, oceans deep.
I'm surprised she doesn't bore herself to death
Never to keep.
using the same chord progression repeatedly.
Never to keep.
This is a lot of material to work on, a lot of work, you know. You would think that
Are you still a mind reader?
we would
A
need
natural
some mental
scene
stimulation with
stealer. I've heard
something
great things, Peter,
else.
but life was always easier on you than it was on me. And sometimes it gets me when crossing your jet stream. We both did the best we could do underneath the same moon in different galaxies. And I didn't wanna hang around. We said it was just goodbye for now.
And which Peter is this song about?
Said you were gonna grow
Do you guys
up,
know?
then you were gonna come find me. Said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna
A long
come
lost
find
love,
me.
it
Said
seems.
you were gonna grow up, and you said you'd come and get me, but you were 25, and the shelf life of those fantasies is expired. Lost to the Lost Boys chapter of your life.
I do think she needs to get rid and just abandon the whole idea in the lyrics that she keeps using. You did this, you were there when this happened, you were holding my hand, you were wearing this shirt. Like, that's a tired tool that she's used in the lyrics now. She should explore another avenue of lyricism. I really like the lyrics that don't feature stuff like that. She does have very creative lines here and there, but that's something I've noticed she does all the time is, we were in the store, you were driving the car. Like, yes, I get that's how memories work, but there's got to be a better way to do that. And I've gotten hints of that throughout the lyrics. Like this line, that's a really nice line. Words from the mouths of babes, promises oceans deep. Like, hello. That's beautiful. Love that. Not so literal all the time. Promises oceans deep, but never to keep. Great. Love it. The Bolter. Just gonna pause real quick. I need to get a glass of water. Okay, let's restart.
By all accounts, she almost drowned when she was 6 in frigid water.
I think my mistake is not approaching this album with the intention of focusing on the lyrics 100% the whole time. Because at this point it's so clear that the music is secondary to the story. But frankly, that's just not the way I enjoy music. I need a solid pairing of good lyrics and great music. And great vocals. And obviously, she is a more than competent singer. But maybe she doesn't push herself to guarantee longevity as a vocalist. That's fair. Another thing I struggle with is that I guess her audience really is younger people than me. Maybe? I guess not. I don't know. But a lot of these lyrics I wouldn't really personally relate to or care about. That's another struggle, is like I can focus on the lyrics. But it's not a story that speaks to me personally, even though I can appreciate the wordplay and the way it's written. If I focus on the story, I also get bored. So I feel like I have nowhere to turn to enjoy myself. We're building up again here to the inevitable nothing, right? Yeah, like, where's the climax? Where's anything? Again, I do really appreciate any of you Taylor fans who tolerated me enough on YouTube to want to watch my thoughts here for the full album. And I am regretting that I can't offer more positivity. Such is life, you know. We all experience music differently, and that's a beautiful thing. I think this is the second last song. Robin, okay.
May you reign, you're an animal.
Lovely bass melody. I'm really bored, guys. I don't know what to do. Please help me out here and tell me what I'm missing. Please give me your opinions. Whether you're a regular patron who is watching this out of curiosity or you're a diehard Swiftie, I want to hear from you guys. I welcome your wrath.
that the dragon flies above your bed. You have a favorite spot on the swing set. You have no room in your dreams for regrets. No idea. The time will arrive for the cruel and the mean. You learn to bounce back just like your trampoline, but now we'll curtail your curiosity.
It's weird how a lot of the songs give the impression of building to something and then they don't go anywhere, you know. Okay, this is going to be the last song. The Manuscript. I'm hoping, since it has that distinction of being the final song in such a long anthology, we'll be left with something nice to grace us as a goodbye.
Now and then she rereads the manuscript of the entire torrid affair. They compared their licenses. He said, I'm not a donor, but I'd give you my heart if you needed it. She rolled her eyes and said, you're a professional. He said, no, just a good Samaritan. He said that if the sex was half as good as the conversation was, soon they'd be pushing strollers, but soon it was over.
I appreciate the tenderness in the instrumental. Very, very tender, very soft. Very atmospheric.
In the age of him, she wished she was 30. Said to write what you know, looking backwards might be the only way to move forward.
There's something about this song that it does have a feeling of finality to it. And I actually don't think it would have been a bad fit on the first half of the album. I think there is certainly a more ideal tracklist that could be figured out with regards to the first half of the album. Like this one could be a nice closing track instead of, I forget what the last song is called, Clara Bow or something.
The only thing that's left is the manuscript. One last souvenir from my trip to your shores. Now and then I reread the manuscript, but the story isn't mine anymore.
There we have it, guys. Okay, so where to start? I'd like to finish up by giving my overall experience of this album. Yeah, it was not a particularly enjoyable album to listen to, unfortunately. I did go into this reaction feeling that I was not in for something super innovative or edgy or experimental, and that I was going to need some patience with these songs. They were going to be in a more poppy style, more palatable. I didn't really want to go too hard on them for not being overly experimental. I wanted to take the songs as is, the vocals, the composition, and also pay attention to the lyrics where I could. But for me as a listener, I really need interesting music to enjoy an album. This album was very boring to me. It is probably the most boring album I've checked out on the channel so far. It almost broke me, I'm not gonna lie. Towards the end there, I was like shocked at how little I was enjoying it. I really try to look for the merit in everything I listen to and take a positive angle where possible without sacrificing critical thought and pointing out aspects of the music that could be improved here and there. But every song sounded so similar that anything positive that I could say or anything negative that I could say, I had already said about previous songs. So as a result, I become more and more dumbfounded as the album goes on because I'm just speechless. This album bored me so terribly that I'm actually speechless. I don't think I've ever had harsher words about music than I do for this album. And that is the honest truth. And the truth is, this was rough. It was a rough experience. I wanted a challenge, and by God, I got it. So in a nutshell, strong lyrics. The album is called The Tortured Poets Department. The lyrics did not disappoint, largely. Even if I don't relate to the lyrics personally, I can completely acknowledge the quality of the writing. So props to her for that. But I don't know why she insists on making the music so bland, so forgettable, so lacking in passion and emotion, and why the stories that she writes are not deserving of their own atmospheres, their own approaches to instrumentation. Instead, she chooses to have a simple formula repeated blatantly from song to song, and her poetry goes over that with little regard for catchiness, interesting vocal melodies, interesting vocal delivery even. It sounds uninspired. It sounds lazy even, but I don't like saying that word because I can tell that a lot of work has gone into this creation. But I do think that the work was not distributed well, meaning that the work that was put into creating 31 tracks could have been honed a little bit. The best parts from certain songs could have been switched into others to make a more compact experience. I do recall quite a few moments that I genuinely enjoyed musically, but those moments were very few and far between when they could have hit one after the other in a beautiful sequence of pop perfection. Unfortunately, that's far from what happened here. Well, I think that's about it. Believe it or not, I am actually open to reacting to Taylor again. I have faith that the rest of her work cannot possibly be as disappointing as this. It's only onwards and upwards from here, right? Tell me I'm right. All right, I'm going to leave you guys go. Thank you again for supporting me. I know that my comments are not ideal for anyone who is hoping for something more positive, but what can I do? What can I say? Thanks again for watching. Have a great day or evening, and thanks again.